All right, let's dive in. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on one of the most talked about technologies out there, artificial intelligence. We're going to start with the absolute basics, the building blocks, and see how they stack up to create the incredible breakthroughs you hear about every single day. So let me start by asking you a question. How many times do you think you've already used AI today? Whatever number you're thinking of, it's probably way higher. I mean, you've likely used it a bunch of times without even giving it a second thought. It's just so woven into our lives, we don't even see it anymore. Let me show you what I mean. Ever ask your phone for directions? Yep, that's AI. It's not just showing you a map, it's crunching real-time traffic data from thousands of other cars to find you the absolute fastest route right now. What about unlocking your phone with just a look? That's not magic. It's AI scanning hundreds of tiny, unique points on your face in a split second just to make sure it's really you. Or how about setting a reminder just by talking to your phone? That's AI again actually understanding the words you're saying and turning them into an action. So from getting us around town to keeping our data safe, AI is already here working behind the scenes. But what even is it? Since we're all using it constantly, let's get down to basics. To really get what's going on under the hood, we need a really simple, clear definition to build on. Okay, so when you boil it all down, artificial intelligence is just this, giving machines the ability to do things that usually require a human brain. Things like spotting patterns, understanding language, or making a tough call. That simple idea is the foundation for everything else we're going to talk about. So, how do machines actually pull off these smart tasks? Well, it all comes down to three main skills. Think of these as the fundamental tools that every single AI has in its toolkit. Now, this image here basically lays out the whole landscape. But for now, let's just focus on that top section. Everything AI can do is built on these three core skills: the ability to understand language, the ability to use perception to make sense of things like images and sounds, and the ability to use decision-making to figure out the next best step. First up, language. This is all about an AI's ability to understand and speak our language. So when you're on a website and a little chatbot pops up to help you, that's a language-based AI, understanding your problem and writing back a helpful answer. Next, we've got perception. This is how machines process the world around them, what they see and hear. Remember unlocking your phone with your face? That is a perfect example of perception. The AI is analyzing the image of your face to confirm your identity. And that third core skill is decision-making. This is all about looking at a bunch of data, weighing the options, and then recommending what to do. When you're shopping online and it suggests another product you might like, that's an AI using its decision-making skill to predict what you'll want to buy next. Okay, so we have our three building blocks, right? Language, perception, and decision-making. Now comes the really cool part. What can we actually build with these things? And that brings us to the four most common forms of AI. If those capabilities we just talked about are like the raw materials, the bricks and the wood, then these forms are the actual things we build. These are the AIs you bump into every single day. First step is the one that's been making all the headlines, generative AI. This type of AI is basically a creator. It studies tons and tons of existing data, text, images, you name it, and then it uses those patterns to make something totally new. It could be an email, a logo, or even a piece of music. And this isn't some far-off in the future tech. It's being used right now. Companies are using it to write marketing copy. Designers are using it to mock up new products. And people are using it just to brainstorm ideas and get past creative blocks. It's a seriously powerful tool. So, if generative AI is about creating something new, our next form, predictive AI, is all about seeing what's coming. Just like the name says, this AI is a forecaster. It digs through mountains of old data to find hidden patterns, and then it uses them to make a really good guess about what's going to happen next. And you can imagine how useful this is. In finance, it can help predict swings in the market. For retailers, it can help figure out what customers are going to want next season. In healthcare, it can even help spot potential health risks in patients way ahead of time. It's a game changer. Okay, hold on. I know what you might be thinking. Wait a second. Didn't we already talk about decision-making as one of the skills? And that is a great catch, because this can be a little confusing. Let's clear it up right now. Here's the difference. The capability is the basic skill, just the general ability to weigh options. But the form, decision-making AI, is a highly specialized system that is built to do just that and do it incredibly well, often using a specific set of rules to make thousands of choices with lightning speed and accuracy. So think of it like this. One is the tool,
and the other is the expert craftsman who has mastered it.
So this form, decision-making AI, is a total workhorse. It's all about automation and getting it right every time. It's used in logistics to figure out the best shipping routes on the fly, or in banking to approve transactions based on a strict set of fraud detection rules. It's incredible for cutting down on mistakes and just speeding everything up. And finally, we have computer vision AI. This is the one that gives machines the power of sight. It can look at an image or a live video feed and actually understand what it's seeing. This is how a self-driving car can spot a stop sign or a person crossing the street and know exactly what to do.
Okay, let's take a quick breath. We've gone from the simplest definition to the 3 core skills to the 4 common forms of AI. We've covered a lot. So now let's put all the pieces together and look at the big picture.
And this, right here, brings it all home. See the top? Those are our building blocks, the 3 core capabilities of language, perception, and decision-making. Now look how they flow down to the bottom. We use those blocks to build the 4 common forms of AI, like generative AI and predictive AI. It's that simple path from a basic skill to a powerful creation that is really changing everything. So if there's one thing to take away, it's this. AI isn't some single, mysterious force. It's a toolkit. It's a set of building blocks that we can put together in all sorts of different ways to solve problems. And that really leaves us with one last big question. Now that you know what the building blocks are, what should we build next?